Hi and welcome everybody, it's Ruth here, Artful Stampin. Great to have your company. And it's traditionally on my channel, One Sheet Wonder Wednesday evening. But I have got a whole heap of One Sheet Wonders that are kind of don't quite pass the mark for me because they may have been done when I was experimenting with something, and yes, it's okay, but I've gone on to maybe perfect a technique, but I can't bring myself to throw away the original piece. So this is one of them, for example. And I had a thought. I've not done a scrap video for a little while, and wondered what it would look like if I combined some scraps over the top of a sheet and then cut it up. You know, just a thought, not done it before. So I'm going to attempt it tonight, and if it doesn't work, well, it doesn't work, and if it does, created something new. So, no, you haven't missed much, we're just starting. So I do have this rather nice basket of different pieces in here. I do also have some strips of cardstock in here. I also have got this little tray of goodies that I don't mind using as well. Probably a bit too big, those pieces there, but I've got these smaller elements here. And yeah, thought might just see what happens. Some of them are not Stampin' Up, some of them are other companies, but you know, so I think I'm just going to go for it. So if in my head I'm thinking we're going to create a panel for maybe a long designed card. Now I can see something causing a shadow there. That's a bit frustrating. What's causing that shadow? There we go. That's a bit better. Yeah, if I design something to create long cards with, then that will just make it a bit easier for me to kind of plan where I'm heading with this. And I've got some of the Stampin' Seal Plus because this is really nice and sticky stuff. And I think I'll start by just putting some of this straight down the middle of this piece of card. As I said, it's something that I stamped a while ago. It's got blotches and blemishes on it. Not particularly happy with it, but you know, it's the sort of thing that I can, you know, stick some pieces over. So we'll just start and see where it takes us. So hi everybody. Lovely to see you. Grab a piece like that, stick it there. Do say hello if you're watching on the live. If you're watching on the replay, please do say hello as well. It's always great to hear from people who have watched this. And it's lovely to be able to welcome new viewers as well. So do say hello. So my name's Ruth. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. So I demonstrate mainly with Stampin' Up products because I sell them. So it makes sense for me to show folks how to use Stampin' Up products because I'm a bit of a frugal crafter, and the same, what's the word I want to say? The same benefits or the same rules that I would apply to my life I think are beneficial, like as in, you know, don't spend money you don't have, and you know, use what you have and all that kind of thing. I think other people want to know about as well. So I like sharing frugal tips, you know, waste not, want not tips. And I'm all about, if you're wanting to buy any Stampin' Up product, I want you to make good choices about that and buy things that you're going to love and use for a while. I'll just stick that one over. Oh no, I don't know. Let's stick that partially on, I think, there. Anyway, so how's everyone doing tonight? Great to see you. So if you're just joining the live, I am doing a One Sheet Wonder, but it's with a bit of a twist. We're using up some scraps, and I'm just sticking them down over a stamped piece of paper that I did a very, very long time ago. Try to think how long ago this was. Months ago. And I've just grabbed out some scraps of cardstock that's just on my desk or in boxes or jars, and thought it would be fun just to stick these down like that and see what happens. So I've got several greens at the moment and beiges, because we have got green and beige down here. Just found that bit of purple. Oh, got a bit of purple here. Oh, that looks nice next to that piece of green. Just put that on there like that. There we go. Quite enjoying this because you don't have to think about it too hard. Not too hard. Sometimes it's nice to do something crafty where you just do it. Don't overthink it too much. Just put the glue down, fill in the gaps, see what happens. Nice piece of copper here. Might cut that thinner. Let's see if I can find a thinner piece. Oh look, I've got some scraps here. I wonder if I can get a thinner piece. That might go nice there. See, now normally I would just throw that scrap away, but that goes perfectly there. Also got some pieces that maybe might fill in that little gap there. So there we go. Right, I'm going to say hello to everybody on the live because I've just been wittering and I've not really lifted my head to see who's around. Just seeing if there's some other bits that I can cut up and use. Right, let's say hello to everybody. Hi Navarana, Jackie, Subu, Lorraine, Vicky, Sheila, Reet, Bonnie, Natasha, Helen, Deborah, Ellie, Christine, Glenna, Valerie, Christine. I'm repeating now. Janet, Vanessa, Kathy, Lorraine, Bonnie, Deborah, Lorraine, Vanessa, Glenna. Oh, I said hello to you guys already. Janice, Sue Wilson. Hello! Hello everybody. Reminds me a touch of Victorian. Oh, what do you mean? The scraps or the colours? So I've just got this little sort of section here to finish off. I'm just seeing if I've got some more pieces that can go down. Just tearing some off, putting them to the side. Now, it almost seems a shame to cover up that bit of stamping there, but I'm just going to do it with a small piece. I just need a little piece now to there. That'll do. Oh, and another little piece right on the end there. There we go. Right, so I've only got that tiny section there just to fill. Might do it with this piece here. Yes, so I put the Seal Plus adhesive in 3 strips across my card. 3 across there. And I can't feel any sticky now. So that's all been covered. So I put strips across that piece of stamping that I did that I wasn't very happy with. It had a bit of a mark on it. So it's okay to have it sort of showing at the top, but I'm happy that it's used up. Also, it means I'm not wasting a piece of cardstock. You know, it's a piece of card that's, you know, been lying around for a bit, but I can use that as a base. Okay, so now I'm thinking I would like some sort of decorative elements to go through the middle of this. So I did spot this lovely doily and wondered if that could look quite nice somewhere. And I'm going to have a look through some pieces that I have already cut up. And oh, there's another nice bit there. So that might look nice. And yes, I'm going to cut this up. I'm going to cut it into 3. So my idea is that it's going to be one of those. Oh, I'm going to just tip these out, I think. It'll be easier to get to. Then I've also got some of these yellow flowers. Also got some of these leaves. So often when you do, say, a fairly big project, you can end up with pieces left over, and it seems a shame to get rid of them, especially if you spent time cutting them up. So pop them into a scrap box, but don't just leave them there. Every so often, just do a scrappy project. You know, use them up. I've got several videos on my channel about how to do this. I've got a whole playlist dedicated to the idea of using up scraps. So go for it, and you'd be surprised what happens. Okay, I'm just trying to find my glue because I think I'm onto the glue now. I'm just going to clean out my nozzle, make sure it's ready. Is it ready? Yeah, just about. Okay, so let's get sticking, everybody. Would you like to come in a little bit closer? Move closer. There we go, get you a bit closer. Now, I'm not sure about this aqua now. Oh, but I like the white. Okay, so when you're sticking fine elements like this, it's important that you don't over glue. Just pop tiny, tiny dots. Now, there are some demonstrators I've seen where they'll get a sponge, a dedicated sponge, just to applying Tombow, and they'll use their silicone mats. That is definitely a possibility. You could do that if you want to. But I think if you're careful, you know, it can be done. Just swipe that on. How will I go about cutting the multi-layers? I'll cross that bridge when it comes, Vanessa. I do have a guillotine, actually. I do. And I'm not afraid to use it. Yeah. Although it is on my get rid of list. I am thinking of getting rid of it. But while it's still in my house, I think I may use it. I think the answer is just to do it very carefully. If you've only got one of the blade trimmers, I think if you're very careful, or possibly scissors, you know, just a really good sharp pair of scissors may do the trick. So this is very much a big experiment, and as some of you who followed me for a while will know, I do this from time to time. I do these experimental things, and generally we're happy with the results, aren't we? And then sometimes we're not. So, but you just don't know until you try. No? Right. Don't know if I want that now. I think I want finer leaves. Let's pop that one there. Let's just do this, shall we? Put that one there like that. That one there like that. Hi, Cindy. I like the white dolly much better than the lavender. It wasn't lavender, it was kind of like an aqua-y colour. I mean, I am aware that I'm kind of going in threes. So I probably will put some of the bulk elements in the middle of the thirds, if that makes sense. Does that make sense, everybody? So, hi Babsy, lovely to see you. You're doing what? You're cleaning? Seeing you alive, and I'm clearing up, so I thought I'd join in. Great. Come and have some fun. Now, I'm not upset if you ever want to just invite a few friends just to come and have a bit of a chat to them while you're watching me. You know, this is called social media, so you are meant to be social on social media. So you can invite your friends to come and watch along, and you know, you can chat about whatever, as long as, remember, it's a public forum. But apart from that, you can invite your friends to come and have a wee chat while you're watching me. Very happy for you guys to do that. Right, so I've done a bit of a thick layer there, so I'm not really planning to cut into that section. I think it would look quite nice with that there. So I am thinking in thirds. I'm thinking that's going to be cut there, that's going to be cut there, and that's going to be cut there. So I don't know, we maybe go for a bit of a kind of yellowy thing going on there. I think I'll keep the silvers over here. Oh, we've got some of these nice big leaves. That might look nice. Stick that on there. I've not seen it before either, Babsy. Just letting you know. Letting you know on that little secret. I've never seen anything like this in my life. And that is the wonderful thing about using up your scraps. It will be absolutely unique to you. You know, never been seen before on this planet. A piece of unique artwork. You know, that's the great thing, isn't it, about this kind of thing. Now, because I'm using a bit of yellow here, I just found that little scrap with some of that hint of yellow on there, and I thought, oh, let's stretch that yellow out a little bit more. I even spotted another little scrap here, so I think I might go in for putting another wee bit of yellow somewhere there. Tuck that in. Yep, that will do nicely. Thank you very much, Lee. I'll tuck it in there. Pop that there. Oh, I thought you'd done this before. No, Babsy. I have made cards from scraps before, but I tend to, and if you do watch my previous ones, they tend to be, I just do them straight onto A6 size cards. You know, I've never done it as a whole sheet before. Well, I have done it as a whole sheet, but that's sticking scraps down to make a patchwork. But I've never done it in this way before, where I've used a previous stamped one sheet wonder that I wasn't happy with. Then I've stuck strips over down the middle, and then I'm putting now the flower layers on the top. Not done this before. So now I feel like I need to put something underneath these flowers to help them just show up a little bit more. So I'm not sure whether just a pop, something leafy. No, that doesn't look right either. Just see what I've... Oh! Ooh, I've got... Does that look alright, that over the top, or does it need a bit more of a contrast? I wonder if it needs some more contrast. I've got these scrap pieces here. Do you think it looks good better with a contrast if I cut out a couple of circles? Right, so a really good way just to put some texture into something is just obviously just give it a good scrunch. I still have a couple of packets of stamps I bought after watching one of your scrap videos. Packets of stamps? The whole point of watching my scrap videos is that you don't have to buy anything else. Oh dear, Vanessa, I'm not doing my job very well if it's making you buy more stuff. Hi, Ellen. Yeah, it's a bit too circular, isn't it? Oh. You know what? I'm going to grab an old punch. Who remembers this one? The pansy. Let's see if that's a little bit more. Oh, there we go. That's better, isn't it? More flower-like. Right, let's swap that out. So I'm using a piece of cardstock that was a card base from a very old card kit. And the reason why it is useful to hold on to some of these old pieces is because you know the colours will match. Because even when Stampin' Up! Come up with new colours, generally we find that the colours that retire, they still go really well. You know, they work very, very well. So, yes, I think a little spot in the centre of each flower would work. Yes, I'm already looking out for something that I could stick there. I've got a tiny little flower there. I've got, what else have I got? Yeah, I will put something in the middle. Oh, look, found something there. Amazing what one finds in their scrap boxes. You can find a cute embellishment like that, but that's a bit over the top. Maybe look at a cute little button as well. But anyway, let's get this stuck down. Stop dithering, woman. Get on with it. Hi, Nessa. Yes, for sure. Yeah, I think whether you are at the beginning of your stamping journey or if you're like me and have been doing it for a little while, there will always be times where you have a bit of an experiment and you go, yeah, it's all right, but not completely happy with it. And it's okay to just keep it in your scrap drawer and then come back to it and go, right, what can I add? What can I cut it up? Can I reuse it? Because it's all part of a process, a learning process, and it's okay to fail, you know, at it not being perfect the first time round. It's okay, you know. And you know, no one's marking you, you know. Even if you share it publicly, no one's kind of going, well, I'll give that an A, that a B. So just, you know, enjoy the process. And right, so I need to find another little yellow flower to go in there. Although I do have, look at these, I do have these tucked away. And that's a bit much, isn't it? Wee bit much. Oh, just found that little one. I know it's not exactly the same, but that'll do. I'm trying to use my scraps up, so that'll do. Stick that in there. And then we could even layer it up a little bit more with this tiny little fellow. Do another little layer there. And I found another little yellow fellow in here. It's only paper after all. Yeah, these roses are lovely. If you missed the canvas that I did a few weeks ago, they were from a canvas that I did. Right, that's too much glue on there. Right. Just going to get a bit of black glue off there because it's a bit too much. There we go. Tuck that in somewhere else. Okay, so that section I feel is fine. I might want to bring in a little bit more purple because we've got this great big piece of purple here and we've got no real purple over here. So I do have some of these little butterflies, which I think if I just add those then to this side, maybe I'll do it afterwards actually. Oh, I've got a nice little purple flower I could have tucked in there. Then it will help to bring the purple over to here, but we can do all those elements afterwards. Right, so then my middle section needs some love, doesn't it? And I did have this gorgeous kind of silvery leaf. I do have some blue ones, but I don't know whether adding that is a bit too much. I do have a few green, spare green leaves off to the side that could be added, but I think we need a bit of a focal point. So let's have a look what I've got. I've got this nice circle. Needs a bit more of a, I think it needs something just to frame it a little bit, I think. Let's see what else I've got over here. Oh, I do have that. That could help to just... Oh, well, you see what you can do here is cut this. Have a piece coming from the top. And have a little piece coming from down there. Then get my tweezer-weezers, because you know how I love my tweezers. And we can put some little points in there. Hi, Julia. Although it's time to sleep, I know. Hey, Martina. Just having a short peek and hello. You're only on your phone. My PC isn't set up again yet. Oh, how's all the renovations going? Maybe we could stick one of those lovely roses there. If I do a bit of a twisty on this, I can have that under there. The only thing is, I could really do with using hot glue for that. That's the only thing. That might have to be stuck on afterwards. Or we use something else. You're knackered from the renovating. Are you doing much of it yourself? Have you got help? Little cute little thing here I could use. Tuck that under there. Oh, now I did have some little lacy elements that I thought might be nice to add. Although this is vanilla and the background's white. I'm sorry, this is vanilla, that's white. No, we won't go for that then. We'll leave that, because otherwise it can look a little bit odd sometimes. Got a nice little beigey leaf there that could be tucked in. Got that leaf as well. Let's see what other focal sort of point things I've got. Oh, I do have that, but we've got that lace doily there. Oh, got a nice little metal embellishment. Oh, that could look very nice. Okay, let's just move that out the way for a second. Which I will glue that together while the glue's in my hand. Move that to one side and then just start sticking down all these pieces, because otherwise they're just going to move around. Study's almost ready, just have to fill the 14 metres of shelving. Wow. Is that to fit all your new stamps on, Martina? Poor yellow rose, I know. Oh, it's because I haven't got my hot glue gun out and it would take about 5 minutes for it to warm up. and I don't really want to wait. So I just found this little yellow thing here, and I'm wondering whether to just have a little nice cute little sprig coming from there. It is, isn't it, Deborah? Deborah said it's interesting to watch it evolve. It is, it's really fun. Okay, so let's just bring this back on just to check that that's going to fit. And I think I might attach that with dimensionals, but I've got a sense that maybe what I should do is cut it. Now, the only thing is it's very gluey in this part here. So do this. Would that Seal Plus work for the rose? Possibly, but because it's a glue that lies very flat, the rose needs glue that's almost a bit squishy. So either wet glue, which will dry quickly, or like some squishy glue dots, because what we are requiring of the glue is for it to adhere the edges of the cardstock. So we're sticking an edge onto a flat, not a flat onto a flat. So that's why hot glue generally is what I would go for. Okay, so that solved my problem. I've not got a gluey surface now. So let's bring on then my trimmer and see if it will cope with the amount of layers I need it to cut through. But first of all, I'm going to trim off just a tiny edge bit there. Ooh, it's caught it. Okay, not happy. I wasn't happy when I got to that bit there. Okay, so let's pop that in. It might be that the blade going upwards is not as sharp as it going downwards, so try that again. Oh, yeah, much happier. Okay, but I was just a bit careful when I got to that point there, so I think what we'll do for that is just use scissors. Perfect. Right. Also, sometimes it's worth just checking that the track on your trimmer is clean. It's also, yeah, it's a bit fluffy. So just do that every so often. Right, so this I need cut at 10. Actually, I was going to do, I'll do it at 9.5 centimetres because I've got to get 3 out of this. So, right, so I'm just push, but no, that went through fine. Didn't go through both layers, but it went through the core layer. So that's fine. I can just flip that round and cut that. I can see where I need to cut because it has scored it. And so I'm just going to cut through that, and there you have, that's one of the pieces done. Okay, so what has happened here is where this wasn't actually glued down, that's come away and there, but that's fine. That looks absolutely fine to me. There, that I'll go back in and glue in a second. So let's have a look where this actually falls. So if I do it at 9.5, I just want to double check. Yes, I've got enough there. So if I just do a little mark at 9.5 there, I just want to check how much I've got. Yep, I can do that on both sides. Okay, so I've actually got space, I think, to do it at 10. but I think I will do this one at 9.5. So again, just go through, you know, I'm feeling it. If it's starting to tear up, I'll stop, but that seems to have done really well. I'm not sure you could have done this with the old trimmer so much because these blades are slightly longer. So nope, that's worked out okay, like that. So I have, oh no, that was a piece that was left over. So now this piece, because I have already got a bit of dimension there, I'm going to cut that at 10. That's happy. And I think I'm just going to leave that piece at 10 centimetres. Or I could cut off, I could cut off a, but I don't really want to lose that bit of doily. I'll just cut off 2.5 millimetres. Let's see if that works. Pop that back. Yes, okay, right. And then on here I'll have to cut off a little piece like that. And then on these I have to cut off 5 millimetres as well, so that when I stick it onto my card base, it will have a border all the way around it. Right, so it's doable, everybody. Now, on some of these, because I cut it through from the back to the front, I've got that funny little bit of the beveling has gone from this side down and pushed the paper that way. So you end up with that a little bit of almost slightly scrawny bit there. Now, I think the way to get rid of that is to get your bone folder and then just rub down on that section just to sort of tidy up that edge, and that gets rid of that funny looking bit that sticks out. Okay, now I can see the card wasn't happy at this point here and it's got a little protrusion, so I'll just trim that off. Let's have a check of this one. This one needs rubbing down as well, so just get your bone folder and rub it down. Now these ones need extra glue. So this is the only thing about this technique. You sometimes, after cutting it, you do need to go in and make sure everything's stuck down well, because I wasn't super generous with that tape right at the beginning. I just put 3 strips through the middle, so there are obviously going to be pieces that are a little bit loose. But no, I'm really happy with that. So now I can come in and stick my panel there, and I've got my dimensionals here. Sorry, I've been missing out on comments because I've got my head down on this. So I will look at your comments in a section, you lovely people. I can see you all chatting away to each other there. That's what I love about doing YouTube lives, is that you guys come in and it adds an extra dimension to the experience, isn't it? Because there's me whittering along in the background, and I used to think, oh, people don't want to hear what I'm thinking, they don't want to sit through an hour of video. But then I started to realise from the messages that you guys are sending me, actually some of you really do want to know what's in my head, because you're right at your beginning journey of creativity and you want to know why I put this there and that there, so you do want to hear that. But for those of you who've been doing it a little while, you know, you've heard it before, so you don't necessarily need to hear me say it all again. And you can just chat to each other and say hi from across the world and all that kind of thing. So that's super fun. Right, so I've got my little yellow flower there. Now some of you are a little bit upset with me for getting rid of the rose. So we'll try it. We'll try some Stampin' Seal and see how strong this stuff is. So I was just going to get, oh gosh, it's a bit tricky to get it out of the way. Got to get that out of the way. Apply some Stampin' Seal there. I think I might pop a bit across there as well. Okay. Night, Liz. Okay, so going to roll up this rose again and pop him in the middle there. And I'm just pushing down some of those pieces around the edge because I know I put some glue on that section. And I'm just going to twist that up a little bit more, and push it down really hard into that glue. It's sort of holding. I'm going to squish down a section so that it's right down into the glue. There we go. That'll be my way around this one. Being rather brutal with it. Just really push down, push down. Okay. It's kind of sticking. I'll put a little bit of glue down there just to help it. Spread it around. Okay, right, there we go. I've had a go. My craft fairy is 6'7" and male. Oh, I say. I do my best to put down my ideas so I don't forget them. The main thing is not to forget to look at the ideas list. Indeed, yes. Right, that seems to be holding. There we go. Oh, it looks a bit like a daffodil. How cute. Just found this little leaf. Oh, we were going to put the metal ones, weren't we? Let's do a bit of... See, I'm terrible. When I get these metal embellishments, I think they're so lovely, I don't use them. So I don't use them. And then they retire, and I'm like, oh, I should have used that. Terrible. So, right, now for these metal embellishments, I will use glue dots because it's pretty hard to stick metal to card. Right, that for about 10 seconds. I'll read some comments while I'm holding this down. Oh, stay. Oh, someone got the fairies. Are they moving stuff around? I'm lazy bones, I craft mentally. That's so funny, Julia. Do you take your blade out and turn it round? No, I just try and go up and down so it doesn't do... Sorry, it gets used both ways. I use a nail file if the edges are raggedy. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, nail files are cool. Have I received new products for Onstage? I might have, Lorraine. I might have already lost a stamp as well. I put the stickers on my new stamp set and I've already lost a stamp. And I can't find the sheet of stickers that I was using. So I'm wondering if I walked out my craft room and just put them somewhere absent-mindedly because I don't know where it is. So yes, I've lost a stamp out of one of the stamp set. How ridiculous is that? And I've been like tidying up my craft desk for the last day or so, thinking it might turn up, but it hasn't. But like all good stamps, they usually return to me. So I'm refusing to panic about it. I know, those fairies. Those darn fairies. Right, I'm happy with that. I'm going to move on to finishing off this one because remember I said to you about the purple? It needs a bit of purple in this one. So I think a little cute flower there. And I'm going to bring on a little gem to hide the glue under there in a second. And then I've got these cute little butterflies. So we've got a little strip of purple here. We've got a little bit of purple peeking out here. Got a bit of purple up there. So I think 2 little butterflies dancing off the page would look quite pretty up there. So that's what I'm going to do. Look under the cabinets, that's where mine hide. Yes, I know. Well, no, you lose whole stamp sets under cabinets, Vanessa. I just lose one stamp that I think has flipped or done something. And I've even mentally gone in through my head what was on my desk at the same time, where have I moved those things to, and still I can't quite figure it out. You know what I really fancy doing is a bit of thread. This feels like it needs something fluffy. Do you know what I mean? Oh look, I've got this bit of ribbon. Oh, it's got a bell attached to it. No. That might look nice on the other one. No. No, 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 no. Hold on, bear with. Just gonna have a rummage. Oh, what about some of the... Oh, where have I put it though? That foily stuff. This is still available, everybody, by the way. Unfortunately, you will, on these cards, there will be things that you can't get hold of anymore because they are retired. However, you can definitely still get hold of this as of October 2020 because it's in the autumn-winter catalogue. Yeah, that's nice. A little bit of froth. It's getting a bit caught now. I'm going to try and put, I'm just lifting that back up and put some of this very sticky Seal Plus, Stampin', what's it called? Stampin' Seal Plus. Gather that up a bit, shove it under there, and hope for the best. She says. Okay, you see that there? Right, can that be done? That can be done down here as well. Lift that back up a little bit. A bit of glue. Shove that under. Put another blob of glue and hold it. Count to 10. Hi, Wendy. You should always just record your desk so your investigating team can help you find it. You know? It kind of looks like there's only one of the background wings. Not sure how to use it. How to use it? You use it like this. Right, you guys are going to get a very, very, very quick sneaky peeky. Who wants a sneaky peeky into this stamp set? Look. Oh, you stamp it like that. Did you see it? There we go. Right, that one's done. Right, now this one needs my focal point. So... you stamp the dragonfly and then you stamp the shadowy bits inside the wings. Oh, you blinked. There we go. That was my first play with it. Now, there's a little slither of copper here, and I'm wondering if we could use... No. I do want to use a bit of this, but not quite sure how to use it. I don't think I feel like I need to use all of it. I can spot something glittery in my scrap drawer, so I'm wondering if I could just balance it out with something glittery, and that would be fine. Oh, I do have a bit of scrap of that copper. And I do so happen to have this on my desk. I lost my blank card today, so couldn't go to the post office. Searched everywhere and been up to Morrison as last place I'd been and nothing. What? Oh, your bank card, not your blank card. You like the flowers in the sneak peek? Yes, they're very delicate. Yeah, so that's a sneak peek. Sorry, for those of you who may be a bit confused about why I'm showing you stuff. It's a sneak peek of a product that is coming in the Spring Summer catalogue. And Stampin' Up! Demonstrators who are going to be attending the virtual online event, on stage event. Unfortunately, you can't book now because the closing date for it has passed. But because I'm booked onto it, they have allowed people to order a suite of products. So, as you can see, there is a punch that matches some stamps. And I'm going to be showing my teamies. I've got a team meeting tomorrow. I'm going to be showing my teamies the new products. So that's one of the perks of becoming a demonstrator. You get to see some of the Stampin' Up! Products ahead of time. And you get to use them. Are those dragonflies the same size as the other dragonflies? Which dragonflies are you talking about, Vanessa? Which suite of products? I will check in the catalogue. They will be available for demo purchase in the December pre-order. Yeah, so there'll be a pre-order in December for demonstrators. And that's when we will be able to order. So not long to wait, guys, not long to wait. It's just a little perk. Ultimately, it's just to encourage people to attend those types of events because, you know, they teach such an awful lot. And I've just found this gorgeous piece of ribbon. Now this is current as well. This is this lovely thin seam binding stuff. And again, I like making a bit of a zhuzhy kind of thing with it. I'm wondering whether pop that under there like that. How cute. Right, though, let's put one of those under the through the bottom. Guess who has a December birthday? Oh, aren't you fortunate? I bought a stamp set and matching dies full of dragonflies on eBay for a song. Oh, that can happen, Amanda. Unfortunately, yeah. Stampin' Up! Or the last lot of dragonflies from the previous catalogue? Oh, that's a good question. I don't have... I don't have the dice for that. Now, I'll tell you who does, and she's gone to bed. She was on here earlier, Liz Gannon. So, Liz, when you're watching this on the replay, next time I see you, maybe we should compare, because she's got those dies. So we can find out. It's definitely not as big as the biggest one, because there was a massive one, wasn't there? Massive big dragonfly. I've got it probably got it cut out somewhere. But it's a similar design, which is nice. Right, where's my dimensionals gone? I had them here a minute ago. Oh, my husband's cooking toast at this time of night. Oh, okay. I'll measure it in a sec. Let me just put these dimensionals down. I'm all sticky. I'm all sticky. Where's my ruler? Oh dear, things falling over. 5.5 centimetres by 4 centimetres. Love a punch, says Sue Wilson. Me too. What's the episode? Got back and remember kids had my phone and asked me to look up care. And there it is. There we go. See? Well done, Wendy. You found it. I'm just reading comments. Just if I've missed comments and you want to ask me again, just ask me again. How many products will be available in December? Is it a mini catalogue? All the products will be available in December for demonstrators. So Stampin' Up have changed how they're doing their minis and annual catalogues. The annual catalogue runs from June to June. And then the minis, they are going to be lasting 6 months at a time. So the spring summer mini will last from January to May. I think that's right. Or was it 5 months? January, February, March, April, May. Oh, I'm getting really confused. Anyway, they're lasting a bit longer than they have done in the past because they used, yeah. I just check. I'll have to check on the dates again. But yeah, so they're trying to make them last a little bit longer. So the annual catalogue is kind of aimed at your casual crafter. So people who are crafters, and yeah, there's just the wide selection of products is in the annual catalogue with all the card and the ink and everything. The mini catalogues are kind of aimed at the more avid crafters. However, that's not to say there are things in there that I would also recommend for beginner crafters. So yeah, that's the way they're doing it. And of course, we have Celebration starting in January. But they are going to be slightly changing the way they do Celebration, because Celebration at the moment falls during the time where the Chinese factories are on holiday for Chinese New Year, and it was causing really real problems with if things needed to be shipped again or whatever. So Stampin' Up are working on some different timings for Celebration. I can't let you know more than that for now, partly because I don't know, but also, yeah, things are changing. Right, so I've just realised I've cut a little tail off the end of there. I'm just going to round his little tail up. Yeah, so Celebration does start in January, but it's not going to be quite the same as it has been. But it will be the same fabulous deals. Okay, I'm nearly there. Just got a few more pieces. I've got just the last dragonfly to put on. I've stuck that one on. I just think that dragonfly needs a few gems. Something down there is needed, isn't it? I'm going to bring some of my embellies on. There we go. Now, the only thing is, this purple bit looks a bit plain to me. Oh, I do have... Ooh, right. What I'm going to do, just going to get a little bit of Highland Heather. Oh, that's better. It was looking a little bit too plain. Perfect. And then you see, I can also come down here, and where it's feeling a little bit plain down here, I might add a little bit of purple. See? Very faint, but gorgeous. Oh, Natasha's still with us. Natasha was one of my bridesmaids, everybody. Okay, see that? Right, let's bring that one back on. And now I'm thinking, oh, where else can I put a bit of stenciling? But still got that button. No, don't think it'll look right. Okay, leave that off. So got that one, and that one. These have turned out looking super duper luxurious, haven't they, everybody? I'm trying to think if I want to find a little gem to go in those. Not quite the right colour there. Oh, I'll just put a little yellow one, I think. Natasha, you're famous now. You were Ruth's bridesmaid. The button by the ribbon. Let's have a look. The only thing is, Linda, is that this is white and the button is cream. I know what you mean, though. It would look nice. It actually doesn't look too terrible because we've got beige, white and cream. You know what? I'm just going to do it because Linda said so. Where's my... Lost my glue dots now. There they are. Oh, glue dots are hilarious, aren't they? You know, if you ever put glue dots away in your drawer and you forget to roll it up, the next time you go to your drawer, there are glue dots everywhere sticking things to things. So, as much as possible, store your glue dots back in the box they come in, okay? Because otherwise you end up with dots everywhere. So. Give that a wee chop there. Right, what do you think of that then, girls? Ladies and gentlemen. I shouldn't say just girls because I know it's not just girls who watch my channel. Now this was quite a satisfying way of doing scrap cards, I have to say. Right, I'm just thinking what card base to put those on. So I've got a bit of purple. Maybe a bit of green. Yep, cut card base. I tie a ribbon around my glue dots. What a good idea. That looks nice, doesn't it? Oops. Dropping glue dots on the floor is an interesting dilemma. I've taken to doing that, shading a lot on very white tabs. How do you know when to stop? That's the age-old question, that is. When I don't know, you sort of look at it and go, there are no more spaces to fill. Now this is the one that I cut at 9 3/4, so I'm going to cut this at 10.7. Oops. Score at 10.7. Flip it over, fold it over and then put my thing at 10.7. Like that. Oh no, that's not right. 10.2. Have I done that wrong? Oh, ever so slightly wrong. That's fine. I'll just have to cut a bit off the bottom. Get my bone folder. It's quite nice with that nice thin, narrow, very narrow border. I think it looks very elegant, doesn't it? I'm going to cut a little bit off there. Okay, so while I'm doing this, please do ask me any questions that you may have, and I will attempt to answer them before I go tonight. If you want to purchase any Stampin' Up products, please head to my Stampin' Up shop. The link is should be in the description below, although I've been discovering for some reason I'm having to go in and put links afterwards because my descriptions aren't showing up. Tut, tut, tut. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there with YouTube because I haven't changed any settings. And being a little bit naughty recently. I don't seem to be having so many problems with the old bots. So that's good. But I'm keeping comment verification on just for a little bit longer. Verification. Just put my teeth back in there. So please do comment on my videos, but I am just double checking them. It's funny, I really do like having that thin slither of cardstock underneath. It is so elegant. I'm going to try that again. So let me just see what that is. That's 10.5. Ah, oh, I did a centimetre wider. Okay, so I like it when there's half a centimetre between. So we did that by 10. Your curvy bundle's coming today. Ooh, exciting. Looking forward to seeing what you guys make with it. I didn't end up ordering it, so I think Janice has got it though, so I'm looking forward to seeing more of what she makes with it. And yeah, looks very cute. So just because I might not have a bundle, if you do something, if you make something but in my Artful Stampin style and want to share it on my Artful Stampin Space group, please do. Don't feel you have to just share things made with Stampin' Up products or even Stampin' Up products that I have. You know, as long as you tackle your art in a style that's been seen on my channel, I really don't mind you sharing it. I'm getting confused now as to which bit I cut for which card. No, that one's that one. So this one was... I do need to cut a bit off that one. How much do I need to cut off? I think it's 5mm of that one. Have a go, Christine. Don't compare to mine, just play. Just enjoy the process of playing with colours and shapes and whatever. So after YouTube made changes, I can no longer get into my old videos, so they will be there for eternity. Oh, bless you. no. Yeah, no, so it's not Stampin' Up Space, it's Artful Stampin'. It's my group. It's not a Stampin' Up group. It's Artful Stampin' Space. No, it's not just for Stampin' Up products. It's for people who follow my channel and are inspired by something they've seen me do and have created something after being inspired by me. So Artful Stampin' Space is not exclusively Stampin' Up products, but it does need to have been inspired by me, and obviously because I'm inspired by Stampin' Up products, it's likely to be a Stampin' Up product that I use. But I'm also aware that a lot of people out there don't use exclusively SU products, so I don't mind. But if you've been inspired by somebody else, like Esther, for example, Esther actually has her own group. So if you're inspired by something you see on her channel, please share it on her group page, not mine, because she's trying to grow a community herself. So and also please don't share links. I do try and remind everybody from time to time. Basically, if you share a link, it will be deleted immediately. I do sometimes message, like someone shared something that was helpful, so I did message them and say, oh, could you, I'll repost it, but generally no link sharing on that group. Just if you find something that's helpful, then just send me the link and I will link it. Now these dragonfly wings, you know what's bugging me? I think they need to be separate. But of course they can't do that with a punch, can they? So I'm going to just snip that down like that. Separate them out a little bit. There we go. That was bugging me about those dragonflies. I just thought there was something about them. They almost look a little bit too chunky in the wing. And I think that is my issue. And I'm just going to raise up that one a bit. And that one. See? I don't know if you can see that makes a difference. There we go. Right. Voting time, everybody. So, just trying to tidy up. I've got stuff everywhere. Just tidy my desk. Right, that was one. That was two. Oh, that one's not been stuck down yet. Oh, Ruth. Oh, there's my bone folder. I was looking for my bone folder. The middle one, the rose one, says Natasha. How would... You know what? That does not surprise me. Natasha loves her roses. Right, there we go, guys. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ichi, ni. San. Eins, feins. Oh, I always forget the German for 3. All of them, but probably 3, 2, 1. 1 and 3. All of them. 2. Oh, how can you pick a favourite? They're all stunning. Anyone you want to send me will be my favourite, says Lorraine. Oh. Right, wow. So if I just quickly recap the process for those of you who joined late. or those of you who have skipped ahead to the end, because I know some of you do, and that's okay, because you haven't got time to sit through an hour of, sorry, I'm just trying to find my glue rubber. You haven't got a time to watch an hour of me wittering. So let's go over the process. So the process is grab an old stamped One Sheet Wonder or some DSP that you've got lying around that you don't like the look of, or you like a bit of it but not all of it. Then get your stamping seal or your other type of tape runner. Put 3 strips of tape runner across your page, and then grab all the strips of card and paper that you have, and then just stick them all along your page. Then get some scrap leaves and flowers and things like that, and create some kind of focal point in 3 points on that sheet. And don't feel you have to stick everything down at this point, just create your focal points, then cut up your pieces of cardstock, then add your extra embellishments, so like your big flowers and any zhuzhy bits like this, like the ribbon and your your dragonflies and whatnot, and then stick them down onto some card bases. Now they are what I would term a luxury card because they are bigger. Okay, you can only get one of these out of one piece of cardstock, whereas the normal size cards, which would be up to about there, you get 2. So, you know, it's the cost of a whole sheet of card, guys, not half a sheet. But I'm sure you'll agree the results are really fun. And oh, I was going to put a little gem in the middle of that one, wasn't I? Got my little box of retired embellies. Let's see if I can find. Let's see if I can find something purpley to go on that one. Oh yeah. There we go. And oh look, I've got 2 little ones that could go on the butterflies. How perfect is that? Take care, Babsy. Lovely to see you. Night night, everybody. Thank you for hanging about. Enjoying this process with me. It was super fun. Just wondering whether to add a few little yellow dots. Might as well use some of these up. Just to help pull that yellow up and down. Yeah, I've done the middle. They've got a little... Oh, these are keep forever cards. Well, what I love about doing it a process like this, and I think I will do this again because it was so successful, is sometimes if you were to kind of look at a card like this and then go, oh my goodness, where do I start? You wouldn't have believed, if you look back at the beginning of this process, how I did it. So I just love the idea of breaking down these kind of what could look like really daunting cards and break down the process, because I absolutely believe, who was it that said, oh, I could never do something like this? I think it was Christine earlier, Christine Gray, that actually you can do this. It's about just bringing together the elements. They will never be exactly the same as this, but you can create something very similar by bringing the elements. So it's a printed sheet, it's some strips of paper, it's some embellishments, it's some, cut out flowers and bits and pieces. Put them together and see what happens. Okay, just let the magic happen. Let the card tell you, if you know what I mean. Let the colours kind of dictate to you what happens, and see what happens. And if it helps, just stick to a palette of maybe no more than 5 colours. I mean, here we've got purple, green, yellow, and some brown. So actually that's 4 colours. So yeah, not even 5 colours, it's 4 colours here. Purple, green, brown and yellow. And then the metallics are just some extras. So please don't feel you can't do this. Have a go. Have a go, because, you know, if you've watched this whole video, you will know it's absolutely doable. So right, lots of love to you all. This was kind of a bit of a mammoth one, but good fun, and hope it's inspired you to go and dig out your scraps. Lots of love to you all, and we'll see you soon. Let me just check if there's any questions. Sue says, do you wrap them to give away? What do you mean by wrap them? Okay, so what normally happens is I will then put this in a cello bag with an envelope. So I've got some DL sized cellos ready here. Okay, they will get stamped on the back, copyright Stampin' Up, and also I will put my contact details on there. So whether I gift this or I sell it, it will have my details on it, and then it goes in a cello bag. And what I'm actually doing now is I don't tend to seal my cello bags because I may decide to gift it. So in that case, I can save my cello bag for another day if I've sealed it and it's too late. And as I said the other day, but I'll say it again, just a tip, if you're buying envelopes that are not Stampin' Up, buy brown ones, because otherwise you end up having to have stocks and stocks of different coloured envelopes. Just buy brown. Brown goes with everything. It's probably better for the environment because they're probably recycled. So, yeah, just get brown. All right. Right. You're very welcome, Glenna. Lovely to see you. Leftover. I love leftovers as well, Linda. Yeah. Thanks for all the thumbs up, girls. Lovely. So if you don't know how to do the thumbs up, press the cross on the chat and give a thumbs up as you're on your way out. Lovely to see you. So had mine delivered today off the tip, but can you tell me where the bags are from? What, these cello ones? These ones are compostable, and they're, if you Google Eco Envelopes UK, I think it's pretty much the first company that comes up, Wendy. They do recycled envelopes, and they do, and I believe I bought the envelopes from them, and they do these compostable cellos, and they sound a little bit more crinklier. All right, I took your envelope advice last week. What, for the brown? Good advice, isn't it? Yeah, I've cut down now on the amount of envelopes that the range of envelopes that I buy. I mean, sometimes I get gifted envelopes when people are having a bit of a clear out, but generally I only ever purchase either Stampin' Up ones or non-Stampin' Up ones, but in neutral colours. So there we go. A bit shiny now, but there we go. Right, you need some tall ones. Yeah, they sell the tall ones too, Wendy, and they also sell the A5, the big ones. They sell those as well, and they do the cello bags. Oh, Joanne, you need to watch from the beginning. Okay, you need to watch this process. Watch it on double speed if you have to, but you need to watch this process. Okay, and actually, Joanne, if you want to see the chat, don't log out now. Do you know how to push the, you know, if you're watching here, push the thing, push the thing back so that you can watch it now from the beginning, and you'll get to see the chat, because if you go out and come back in, the chat will disappear. All right, so there we go. Right, lots of love. Take care, everybody. See you soon. Bye.